North Melbourne and Essendon, the game of the day here at the MCG. First bounce, Gallagher and Salmon. It falls at their feet. Hurd in there, obviously tagging, and he's going to get a free kick. Shane Hurd, out wide, Michael Long, still inside the centre square, pops it wide, and the mark is taken by Ridley.
And a fight on behind play between Fox and Carey. Brad
Todd
Fox,
Ridley,
a former Western Australian, an aggressive customer.
This man kicked 4 goals last Monday on debut. He'll kick from just inside the 50. Kick is on its way. It's close. It's very close. Just missed. North Melbourne still to touch the ball.
Southerly breeze across the MCG, opened right up by the absence of the southern stand, so it will be affecting the playing conditions. Roberts kick in. Somerville very high. It comes to Romero. Loses control of it in the tackle. Man for North Melbourne, out towards centre wing. Schwass, who was named as an emergency, but started in the 18. Salmon at half-back, but underneath that one, O'Donnell to help him out. Gary O'Donnell back to the centre of the ground. Somerville is crunched. Comes off to Thompson. Steele, not a great kick. Fairley, who replaced Longmire. Here's Carey. Clarkson on the turn with Allison, a clever kick. And on the edge of the square, the mark taken by Rock.
Some determined play there by the North Melbourne players, and a punch from that centre wing area. And the way Carey ran across the pack, and there's Allison putting it on, and also the way that little Rock ran in there showed a lot of determination.
Shane Hurd, who strangely was named at full-back, has the tagging role on Rock. And Anthony Rock, 20-year-old, should get the first goal of the match. Breeze slightly right to left. It shouldn't affect the kick from only about 15 metres. Goal to North. They lead a goal to a behind.
Well, he had 3 goals last week, the little Rover. There he is on screen. An angry little man, an aggressive little opponent as well. And here it is, the setup. That was by Steele. Fairley. Look at the way Carey got across here. He's got a lot of speed for a big fellow. Allison quickly onto the boot, and there's Rock running onto it well.
North Melbourne lead by 5 points. Back in the middle. It bounced off Gallagher. Thompson in the centre circle. Long, another possession, storming away. Not a good kick this time, but it favours Buick.
Well, did he mean it, Dennis? It wasn't a good kick off the boot, but it certainly did find the man. But what tremendous acceleration. I suppose at that time he's just going that little bit too quick to actually deliver the ball in the fashion he would have liked to have done it, but nonetheless found Buick.
Darren Buick, who polled 13 votes in the Brownlow last season, had a very good year. He'll kick from about 35 metres out. Storitsky is the man who's missing for North. Here's Buick. Slides it away right. Four points the margin. Mark Roberts, who did well against the Bears, kicks in towards the outer side. Scholl in best position, takes the mark at half-back.
Long raking kick to half-forward. Carey is there. Fox with him. Fox doing the spoiling job well. And sets it up for Izar. Left-footed to centre wing. Harvey, an awkward half-volley. The hand pass in. Bailey. Somerville tries to help the ball on. Ooh, crash. Down goes Scholl. Stevens. Kick round the corner, and Chandler takes the mark. Back with his hand pass. Martin will up the ground. He's kicked to centre half forward. Carey. Oh, courage by Carey, but he couldn't come down to the mark. Fox loses it. Rock gets the hand pass back. Larkin, a centering kick too high for Fairley. Danaher does the spoiling. Anthony Danaher goes to the boundary line. Nobody there for Essendon, and he finds touch with that kick.
Very good kick, that one. Underrated full-back. Boundary throw-in up from right half-back for the Bombers. Will trail by 4 points. Rucks go at it. Salmon. Steele. Inside the attacking 50. Keary going back with the flight of the ball. It bounces out of bounds in the left full forward pocket for the Kangaroos. Keary has been a very good player for North. Still only a youngster. Paul Salmon, the tallest man on the ground. Gallagher and Salmon. Won by the latter. Steele intercepting again. Gallagher's in trouble. Jarred free. McMullen goes to ground. Gallagher trying to knock it out. This is Rock on his knees. Allison pushed off the kick and scrambles through a behind. Not a bad effort to score from there under real duress.
Anthony Danaher, whose brother Terry is still serving suspension. He'll be back in round 11 after copping 11 weeks from last year's grand final. Izard tried too much, lost it. Gallagher the hand pass. Danaher works in front of Fairley. And the free kick to Danaher, grabbed when he didn't have it. Away to Shane Hurd, who retired to the country and came back to AFL football 3 seasons later. Bumped forward by Cransberg. Anderson. And he might have knocked that into the shin of Stevens. Yes, out on the full. Free kick to Greg Anderson. Clever.
He's at left half back. Hard against the boundary line. Around the outer side, all North Melbourne. Ross Smith, uncontested. Up from right half back. Smith through centre wing towards half forward. Izard in best position. Keary comes over the top. It's a big ask for Alan Izard, the shortest man there. Here's Keary, right half forward, centering kick. Now, in fact, it drifts down towards the pocket. I think his intention was to centre it. It comes off hands and goes through for a minor score. Anthony Rock. North by 6 points. Danaher to bring it in. Salmon will be the target, I'd suggest. He's in front. Couldn't hang on. Thompson can't control it. Larkin and Thompson, a lot of skill in there. The two skippers today, and we've got a ball up.
Fascinating game. Contrast in these two teams. It should be a game between experience and height with Essendon against youthfulness and small man speed for North Melbourne. They'll be relying on their runners. Gallagher. There's Hurd, number 45, used to play number 9. Picked up by Romero to the edge of the square. It's thumped forward by Cransberg. Goes to Hurd, who's doing all right. Schwass goes backwards with the hand pass. All Essendon here. Harvey did well to find Long. It's been difficult to stop so far. Caught in a good tackle by Stevens. And now Anderson outnumbered. Scholl beats him. Scholl to the forward pocket. McCarthy, who marks on the 50. Now the breeze right at his back. And no southern stand to stop this southerly breeze. And John McCarthy should have little trouble with the distance. As we've seen a few times in his career. Capable of anything, but inconsistent. Not a bad-looking effort. Oh, great goal.
Well, he is capable, John McCarthy, as the score 2-2-14 North Melbourne, leading Essendon 2 solitary points. He's capable of the mercurial, this man. He played at centre-half back on Dermot Brereton in the night final and really was all at sea there. But he was moved to the forward line last week against Brisbane and settled in a lot better, and he's certainly got ability.
Oblivious to the answer, jet going overhead. John McCarthy got the second goal for North. Gallagher out of the centre. Scholl into the path of Romero. It didn't set for him, but eventually it comes out from Keary back to Romero, shoots and misses. Good combination there, though. North by 13 points. And looking the quicker and the better side at the present time. Kick in, Members side. Somerville and Madden, plenty of tall timber there for Essendon, off the ground by Madden. Harvey scrambles it to centre wing. McMullen had the run of it, left the ball behind. This is Flood, clever hand pass. Thompson, was he taken high? Play on is the call. McMullen again, knocks it inside 50. Going off the ground is Steele, but it's going to be an Essendon free kick. It'll come back to McMullen.
Oh, and 50.
Now, that was a bit tough. We talked about this last Sunday. Sometimes the players are given very little latitude on these 50s. And I'm sure Steele was simply going on with the action there, playing to the whistle. That's a reflex action. Still, McMullen gets the first goal for Essendon.
It is interesting, Dennis, as you say, that rule, 15 playing 8 in North Melbourne's favour, but I realise it's reflexive. It also could be frustration because you can see the hand is still going up, signifying that he wasn't trying to hold on to McMullen, but trying to con the umpire, in other words. So it is a very debatable point. But nonetheless, Essendon's first.
Quite a warm day here in Melbourne. The temperature on the silos showing at 20 degrees at the moment. People interstate might laugh at that, but that's a warm day in Melbourne for autumn. Here's Bailey out of the middle, pushed off his kick, loses control of it, and now North. Chandler get across to German, up to half forward. Carey, great mark. Got his body in between the ball and his opponent and saw Fox right out of the contest.
He's a good player, this bloke. He is a very, very good player. I just hope that he can maintain the form that he shows. I hope he keeps his application to what it has been up to date, because this man has a very big future in football.
Steele has been dragged for his misdemeanour, giving away the 50 metres, replaced by Clarkson. Steele on the phone to coach Wayne Schimmelbusch at the moment, while Carey lines up for goal from 50 metres. Good looking kick. Breeze just gets hold of it a bit and takes it to the left for a behind. Second behind to Wayne Carey.
2-footer 1-2. Darren Steele. Not a happy camper at the present time as Danaher kicks in. Izzard up towards half-back. Now he's away from centre half-back towards the middle of the ground. Somerville got a hand to it. Anderson behind. Socket forward by Flood. Still he goes. And again. Madden knocks it on. Back in the path of Flood. Martin did well. Got his body in there. Stevens goes towards the boundary line. But it rumbles out of bounds and will be thrown in on the other side. No, it's a free kick. It'll come back to Stevens. He was bumped in the back.
They did well, the North Melbourne defenders, on that occasion. They were outnumbered. They still managed to get that ball out over the boundary line, but now it's with Stevens, as you've mentioned, Dennis. Still a good effort by those defenders.
Promising player, Anthony Stevens, up from the back pocket. The ground bathed in sunshine. Wide towards the outer wing. Madden reaching over the top. Schwass with some time. German. Short passes, hugging the boundary, and Rock takes the mark. Rock, a little indecisive. Goes for distance. Towards centre half forward. Carey over the top. Fox. Madden did well. Deft deflection. Buick. Izzard took his eye off the ball. Clarkson goes in. Shovels it out. Madden goes off the ground. Essendon free kick.
Coming back to Alan Izzard. Boundary line on the southern side has come in about 3 metres. The fence is where the old boundary line used to be. Kicked by Izzard. Anderson couldn't take the mark. Salmon. Oh, great play by Salmon. Comes to Bailey. Kick smothered. Chandler seen off it by Anderson. Well played, Greg Anderson. Up to Harvey at centre half forward. He's in front and has the mark.
Well, the ball did actually drop in flight then, as we've mentioned. Jared Healy gave us already the report. It's coming from the south, the wind, and that actually did hold up, which allowed Ridley, who was in front, that extra run at the ball, because there it was, the hold up. Good positioning by the youngster.
Well, Todd Ridley in just his second game of AFL football. Kicked 4 last week, looking for his first today. And again, that breeze gets it away to the right.
It's quite incredible, isn't it? Really swung left to right. It's a good kick.
2 behinds for Ridley.
Craig Scholl with the ball. It seems anyone kicks it in for North. Scholl, member side. We can say safely grandstand side at the present time. Ridley, just outside the 50. Hits for space, but it's all North Melbourne man. And go over the top and does. Roberts The right half back, Mark Roberts, goes for distance, pumps it down towards right half forward. Carey on the lead. Great kick and a fine lead. Carey wants to go now. Kicks towards the pocket. McCarthy.
Not a bad twosome. McCarthy and Carey combining.
And missing today, a man who kicked 14 goals on this ground last season against Melbourne, John Longmire. McCarthy, it'll take a very good kick from here. Kicks just inside the 50. Right across the face. Out of bounds on the full. Essendon free. Big leap from Allison. Danaher to take this kick.
Well, Carey already proving a problem for Kevin Sheedy. 3 marks and 4 possessions at centre half forward on Fox, playing his second game. Danaher's kick. Somerville almost. Larkin dispossessed, regains it. Centering kick, well played by the skipper. Here's Izard. Lets it get behind him. Schwass. Izard, kick smothered. Gallagher. Carey again. 4th kick is a goal.
Three-four, 22, playing 1-3-9. Yeah, that was good smothering by McCarthy then. On that occasion, it trapped the ball on that North Melbourne forward line. We'll get it here on replay, because a lot of these things go unheralded, especially the smothers. McCarthy did a really good job to hold that ball up in that occasion.
North lead by 13 points. Madden and Gallagher, won by Madden. Roberts, man in there too. Still man. Out wide, Ramiro got a bad bounce. Still he goes. Well done, Jose. To man. Gallagher. Some width in the hand pass now. It sits obligingly for Stevens. Forward of centre wing. Centering kick. Big pack at the fall of it. Madden, strong mark. Guided it down with one hand. O'Donnell took the hand pass and kicks for space. It's running towards the boundary line. Anderson did well. Bailey. Long down towards the attacking 50. Martin knocks it away. Buick is held without it. Buick wants to go. Foul to play on. Indecisive as a result. And it's pushed across the boundary line by Shaw and penalised for deliberate. And the interpretation of this rule, I think, is nonsensical.
Wanganeen coming on for Essendon. Harvey going off.
Holding the ball when a man's over it and deliberately out of bounds, I think, have lost the plot this year. Here's Somerville, hard against the boundary. He kicks from just inside the 50. That is a magnificent kick. Oh, what a kick. That's a goal.
Well, wearing number 19. Made famous by his father, late John Somerville. This young fellow has a bright future. I don't know whether it's centre half forward. I think it's a ruckman, but what a beautiful kick. I don't think he could do that again if he tried. Just made the different distance. His first. John Peter Somerville playing at centre half forward.
Harvey and Kickett on the bench for the Bombers. North lead by 7 points. Madden against Gallagher. Madden wins. Wanganeen just on the ground. Somehow gets it to Thompson. Gets through the traffic. Bailey did well. Puts it out in front of Long. Michael Long on the 50. Goes Long. It might score. It's a goal. Great goal by the Bombers. And all of a sudden the Bombers are within a point.
And doesn't the face of football change quickly in today's type of football? The way these players get the ball out, but the way they finish off, it's quite amazing. Here's Long, amazing speed, 50 metres, a great kick for goal.
There's a point the difference. The Bombers have kicked the last 2 goals. Wanganeen tracking it out towards right half forward. Smith did well, got the body in front, lays it off. Clarkson bounces a kick around to Chandler. Back it comes to Ross Smith, forward of half-back. High floating kick towards half-forward. Essendon with the numbers. It falls behind. O'Donnell leads back in the race. He's got it at right half-back. Short pass comes across there from number 45, Hurd. Madden down to Izzard. Taken by Ramiro. Pulls it back across his body. And great courage shown by Allison running back with the flight of the ball.
And a great smother again by Ramiro. We saw one earlier by McCarthy and allowed Carey to kick a goal. And there was another one by the Rover.
Goes short.
That is very, very slack marking, isn't it?
Gallagher. It's 25 metres out directly in front.
And Simon Madden, his immediate opponent, with hands on hip in the goal square, thinking that Allison was going to go long.
Michael Gallagher, North's #1 pick in the internal draft last year, came over from Carlton. Normally pretty reliable, should get this. If he does, the lead will be 7 points. It's good enough. North stretch their lead.
He is a good kick for goal, Michael Gallagher. When he was at Carlton, he was more or less a forward pocket specialist, with Justin Madden doing the bulk of the ruck work. But that was very, very intelligent play to place himself at that centre-half forward position. You could actually see there the ball swinging in air too on flight. It's because of the breeze, so it must be difficult for the players.
Back in the middle, Madden trying to make up for letting his man get away that time. Oh, well played. Rock somehow comes out of the pack. Ramiro doing well. Great ball control. Bang to the ground. Down he goes. Whipped up by Wanganeen. Out wide to Long. Ramiro still feeling that one. Long for a long kick to Buick. Oh, fine mark by Steele, who's had a tongue lashing from the coach and is back on. German. Up to the centre of the ground. Schwass. Up to half forward to Carey, who is too good for Fox. Well, this time he doesn't take the mark. Tries to keep the ball in, but the boundary umpire was right there and said it's out of play.
And Ramiro's up on his feet, but we'll quickly watch what happened here. Here he is, Fox. And this is in the cricket pitch area, so it is very, very heavy. And watch him go down here.
Ball back at centre wing, and Peter German gets a free kick for North Melbourne. Entertaining game. North by 7 points. German's kick inside half forward. Madden's back there. Gallagher. He's got Rovers going past. McCarthy over his head. Fairly. The snap is good.
Well, 34 playing 21. I thought Essendon were coming back into it, but what terrific football. How did McCarthy get the ball here? Watch the ball come down there. McCarthy's 16. Now watch him. I thought Kransberg had a trap, but... And did he see Fairley? He must have, because it went straight over the back of the head. That was just fantastic play.
Begs the question, did he hand pass Fairley? Back in the middle, Madden got it down to Bailey, who boots towards half forward. Martin across half back, hoisted high. Schwass out there with Izzard. Bounces high in the air. Schwass knocks it on. Almost worth a kick. Carey down towards the pocket. Shane Hurd arrives for Essendon with some time now on the defensive 50. Goes in short, and the mark is taken out there by Flood. He wants to go. Away to Long. He's been busy. Centering kick. Somerville. Long cruising past. Receives it again. Going down towards half forward. Buick. Brilliantly done by Steele. Closing the gap. Got there in the nick of time. Got a fist on it. Got it out of bounds.
I think Essendon will have to make a change with Fox at centre-half forward. Maybe Kransberg could go up to centre-half back, and Fox can go to the back pocket for Essendon, because Carey is causing a problem at centre-half forward for North.
Throw in, knocked to the back by Somerville. Comes to Buick. He gets steady on the right boot. His shot is close. Goal. A great goal from a ruck-rover combination there. And once again, Essendon right back in it.
Well, as we see Buick kicking his goal, Essendon were making a change. That was Somerville. And Fox has gone off the ground, Harvey on. Now they've put Flood to centre half back on Carey. I think that move is warranted.
Five and a half minutes remaining till quarter time. North Melbourne by 7 points, playing the better football. This is Anderson out of the middle, finds Harvey just forward of the centre circle, kicks it out wide to accommodate the run of a couple of Essendon players, Wanganeen and Buick, and they combine. It's a question of accuracy. Buick measures it and kicks the goal. Two in the space of a minute or less for Darren Buick, and Essendon trail by a point.
Well, what a game it is. It's the fortune seesawing. 1 minute it's North, then it's Essendon, now it's back with Essendon. And the ball just sits here as we see Scholl goes to ground. And that was a good kick for goal because he actually steadied and made sure of it. Good play, Buick.
Well, just a couple of weeks ago, Victoria won the Sheffield Shield here. Both these teams will kick a cricket score if this keeps up. Harvey's hand pass wide for Izzard. He gets down over the ball, now has to paddle it. Careful. North Melbourne free kick. You hover over that ball for a split second and you're gone. Larkin. The North skipper. Oldest player in the side at 26. To centre half forward. Carey got a hand on that. Cransberg. Hand pass to Salmon. Salmon's kick towards the centre of the ground. Comes off hands. Thompson to Harvey. High kick into no man's land at half forward. Madden coming from behind. He gets Roberts. Roberts finds German with his hand pass, who is then caught. The ball goes out of play. The umpire calls for the throw-in.
Throw-in out of side. North by a point. Mann got the tap away. Larkin got the ball, dragged off it, off the ground by German. The mark is taken by Buick. He plays on immediately, pushed off the kick. As a result, it's a poor one. Scholl backed himself to get that, kept the ball in front. Now a chance for Harvey, pulls it down towards full forward. Chandler goes back. Very defensive in nature there, punched it out of bounds.
Also very disciplined too, I suppose. They really do play to a pattern, these backmen of North Melbourne. They get in front and they attack the ball. And when in doubt, as Chandler was then, it was a punch over the boundary line.
He wasn't making duck shadows on the wall there. He was telling his teammates to talk. This is Romero. Across it comes to Mann. Steele tracks it towards the boundary line. It's out of bounds and will be thrown in.
Still 3.5 minutes to go in the quarter. So this quarter will approach something in the order of 35 minutes. 5 goals apiece. Somerville very high. Hurd. The tagger might kick a goal here. 40 metres out. Will it clear this pack? Oh, hands to it, Martin. Saved a goal. Scores level, 5-4 apiece.
Mark Roberts to bring it in. Ex-Swans, ex-Bears. Peter German. Towards the outer side. Scholl takes the mark. Too easy coming out there. Not much pressure applied. Scholl, high kick towards centre wing. Carey, strong mark.
Good mark, Dennis.
He's a good player.
He is.
Carey on centre wing. Goes for distance. McCarthy in front. Cransberg the fist away. Salmon fell over. Off the ground by Hurd. Grabbed though by McCarthy. Pulls it back across his body. Carey fearless again. Eyes only for the football. It must have been touched off the boot. Fairly centres it. McCarthy's taken the mark. Had to be touched.
The beauty about Carey is the speed that he has got over the initial couple of yards, because he makes those other fellows look his opponents look very, very slow. He just ran past Flood with ease. And that's probably his greatest acquisition.
McCarthy, 1 goal so far. Kicks. And kicks well. His second. North get their 6th.
Well, this is the best game of football I've seen for a long time. Just let's hope it keeps up for the full game, because there's the mark. It definitely was a mark, so obviously something went wrong earlier. Maybe touched off the boot, as was mentioned by Dennis. And there's McCarthy. Another very hard player to stop when he's on his game.
Still over a minute and a half to go to quarter time. Ramiro out of the middle. Carey, what a mark.
He's in front. That's the other beauty, Drew.
Well, he's beaten 2 players. He's taken 6 marks and had 7 possessions, now 8. Carey, a mighty kick to the goal square. Rock almost. It comes to Rock again. Off to McCarthy. Oh, who misses from about 2 metres.
Well, that probably typifies McCarthy. He can kick the impossible. We saw him kick a magnificent goal early, and that was a lay-down misère. He should have buried that.
I think he was startled because Rock finished up with the ball. Here's Danaher. Goes short.
Oh.
And Donald took the mark just as well. Out wide towards the wing. Somerville. Buick is at right half back. Good kick. He was under pressure. He had to keep it low. This is Thompson, the defensive side of centre wing. Centering kick. Well, Bailey didn't go very hard at that one. Martin did. Martin took the mark.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Bailey's been reported.
Dean had the opportunity to go much harder on that occasion. He could have gone, turned his body in flight of the ball. Instead, a half-hearted attempt. He realised he didn't go. And he's going to cop a 50-metre penalty to add.
I guess it's a little-known fact that Michael Martin won the goal kicking in the under-19s back in 1986. He kicked 96 goals that season. This will test him, but he's just outside the 50. North lead by 7 points, approaching siren time. Straight to the man on the mark. Didn't win the goal kicking doing that. Ricocheted off Ridley. Buick goes in short. Thompson's got it inside the centre square. Down towards half forward with a kick. Madden's in front. Good strong mark. Madden midway between centre wing and right half forward.
Time left for the Bombers to get a goal. 14 seconds left. Ridley applies a bit of weight. Martin off the ground, but he hasn't got it out. Larkin just gets clear of the tackle. Over the top he comes to Roberts. Scholl. And there won't be any more score. Kick by Scholl. Clear centre wing. And that is quarter time in an entertaining game here at the MCG, where North lead Essendon 6-5-41 to 5-4-34. Ball back in the centre for the start of the second quarter, with North leading by 7. Madden wins a big hit out. Goes to Mann. Thumps it back to centre half forward. Carey's been a star. Might have been a bit of interference then. Comes to Izard. His kick over centre wing. And a bit of a fumble there. It's kept going forward by Long. Ridley, who's looked good. My first look at him. Back to Long. Into Somerville. And a centering kick by Somerville to centre half forward, where Mark Harvey takes the mark. Right in front, 52 metres out. He gets a lead from Buick, who marks. And Buick, who kicked 2 goals in the space of about 40 seconds in the first quarter, is lining up for goal number 3.
There's a little bit of aggro in this game. Behind play, Stevens and Long are going at it. There was Hurd and Ramiro before the ball was bounced in the centre. You can see there German coming over the back of Buick. He remonstrated a little bit.
Kick by Buick. Swings back, but is it enough? Not quite. Buick 2 goals 2. It's really the attacking side, the far side, especially with no southern stand. And yet we saw Somerville kick one from the boundary line and 50 metres out into the breeze in the first quarter. It was a magnificent kick. Kick in by Michael Martin. Looking for Roberts.
There was good positioning by Roberts on that occasion. He just held his ground, and Anderson, frustrated, just couldn't get around his bigger opponent.
First with the Sydney Swans, then the Brisbane Bears, now North Melbourne, his third club. Schwass in front on centre wing. He's had a couple of down seasons after being a state player. And here's a 50-metre penalty with Izard over the mark. And Alan Izard being dragged right back close to the 50-metre mark. I think Schwass would struggle with the distance. He looks for a leading McCarthy. Kransberg works to the front. Oh, great roving. Allison, left footer, but right on the line, Anthony Danaher takes the mark.
Good centering kick by Allison. Unlucky, didn't find his teammate.
Kick by Danaher. It's with the breeze to this side. Kransberg up very high. Stevens. Short kick was too short. Chopped off by Bailey. Now Izzard. Now Long. Forward of the wing. Long's left footer. He's been a damaging player to full forward. Off hands to Buick. Nobody in the goal square. Great kick. Oh, it just bounces away. But a good chase for it. Still in the goal square. German, you're in trouble. Oh, lucky to get out of that, North Melbourne. Martin. That was top stuff. Good mark by Somerville. He played on. The game being played at a cracking pace. Bailey's kick. Marked by Steele. Beauty.
Cross to Martin. Sold into trouble. Hurried kick. Floats one towards the boundary line. It bounces out of bounds. North lucky there.
It's a great game of football.
Very torrid. There's Michael Martin going back on Paul Salmon. Boundary throw in. Man in front. Somerville over the top. It falls behind. Fisted out by Thompson. Hurd. From about 60 metres out. Just pulled it across the 50-metre line. Wanganeen can't keep it in.
17 years of age. Amazing. I know Tim Watson played at 15, but he was about twice the size.
Somerville sharked by Ramiro on his knees. Bailey got it out. Buick 15 metres out, kicks the goal. That's his third.
Well, he's a very dangerous player today on that forward line, Buick. Third goal, 3 goals, 2. He had the chance earlier in this quarter to kick another. And it just happens to be in the right place here. It is Ramiro, Bailey, and in front of the pack, Buick. It was good play by Bailey to keep the ball moving in the direction of goal.
Madden wins in the middle. Comes back to Bailey. He's been reported. Now Gallagher for North. Straight down the centre of the ground. McCarthy.
There's an excellent kick from Gallagher. An excellent kick. Normally, if my memory serves me correctly, he's a left footer. But that time he kicked with the right foot. So it was a good effort by the big fella to actually run onto that ball and then deliver it with the right foot.
Now John McCarthy has kicked 2 to join Darren Buick. He's a hat-trick goal scorer. Good kick. North lead by that kick, 6 points.
And 2 changes being made. German going off, Clarkson on for North Melbourne. Thompson going off for Essendon, and Kickett coming on. I wonder if it's a tendonitis problem with Thompson.
He's been quiet, 5 possessions. Last year's best and fairest.
And here it is. Now watch Gallagher. Watch Gallagher. He gets away there and onto the right foot. It spots McCarthy. Good kick.
Very entertaining game of football, this one. 6 points the difference. Scrambled out of the middle eventually by Madden. Still on the centre wicket area. Clarkson underneath Wanganeen. And the umpires decided to go across and ball it up. Alistair Clarkson. Little firebrand. Bounce alongside the centre circle. Somerville and Gallagher. Man couldn't control it, at least initially. Eventually gets a kick through the centre square. It's taken by Schwass. Hurried kick inside the attacking 50. Storming up the ground is Danaher. Now he's in trouble. Confronted. Pushes Allison away. Well done, Danaher. To O'Donnell. O'Donnell, that's ambitious. Drew a man, though. Got it to Bailey. Bailey, a telling kick through the attacking 50. Down towards Buick. Buick and Steele. There's been a constant problem, Buick. That time could have almost been holding the ball. It's pushed across the boundary line by Chandler. And this time the central umpire says throw it in.
Literally ran out of his shoe on that occasion, Buick.
Martin's in front of Salmon. Salmon wins it down. Scholl tackled by Salmon. Down goes Ridley. Clarkson's got it towards Steele and the boundary line. He took the daily double. It's out of bounds and will be thrown in.
Top game of football. North Melbourne leading by 6 points. Buick puts the boot back on. Salmon does the rucking, gets it to the back, but only as far as Steele. Madden comes from behind Gallagher. Both those players have been in premiership teams in the ruck.
Oh, it's a tough decision, that, isn't it?
Holding the ball, advantage played to North Melbourne. Stevens up the centre half forward with his kick. O'Donnell didn't have eyes for the ball. Might have given away a free to Carey. Carey does well to palm the ball back. Allison loses control to Anderson. Greg Anderson, the short pass across to Madden. Trouble for you, Simon. Threw it out. Lucky to get away with it. Hurd. Oh, on his own is McMullen. 20 metres in the clear. He's got Bailey inside. Over the top to Bailey. Salmon takes a difficult bounce. Buick. Steele. He goes backwards to Martin. He might... Oh, that's out on the full. Out deliberately.
Could he have been better in conceding a point? He was right in front of the point post.
He had the choice. You can go deliberately through and rush it behind, or go to out of bounds and give away the free. The point might have been the better option. Still difficult for Paul Salmon. He's into the breeze from this side of the ground. Can hardly see daylight. And straight across the face of goals. So we'll give all the points to Michael Martin. You've done the right thing, sir.
Saved a point. There's Ross Smith in the back pocket. 18 minutes remaining till half-time. Smith around the outer side wing. Man is out there. Gallagher gave the contest. It falls to McMullen. Got it away to Anderson. Pulls it back, a high floater. It bounces just outside the 50. Somerville did brilliantly to Wanganeen. From 45 metres out, Gavin Wanganeen kicks the goal. Scores a level.
It's talent the way that Wanganeen did that. Only 2 steps. And get this one on replay. Here it is. Anderson. Across the body. Somerville will come in. Quickly across. 1, 2, 3. Oh, can't count. I have to go back to school, but still, it was a great effort.
Back in the middle with scores level. The Dinosaurs go at it. Through goes Schwass for North Melbourne. Kicks across the ground. Larkin into Mann. Not a great hand pass, but done well by Roberts. Now to Steele. To half forward. Carey again.
In front, Drew, in front.
7 marks, and we're less than halfway through the second quarter. And centre half forward, it's difficult to play that dominantly there. Kick to full forward. There's nobody really there. McCarthy well underneath it. Mark taken by Anthony Danaher.
Not much purpose in that kick by Carey.
50-minute penalty going against Fairley. It was a bad kick coming in. Both the players were leading up the ground. He kicked it directly over the leads. Danaher up towards half back then. 7-5 apiece. Kicks long towards centre half forward. Somerville in front. Man trying to fist away. Still it's Man on his knees. Romero in trouble. Falls to Smith. Gets it away to Steele. Chandler now. He's on centre wing. Chips it in short. Gallagher's got it. Thinks about going. Now gives it back to Chandler. Hard against the boundary line. Kicks under pressure. And the mark is taken in front by Rock. McMullen slipped over just as the ball was arriving. But Rock was oblivious to that and showed great concentration. Goes in short. Gallagher's run on. And he takes the mark about 30 metres out from goal.
Actually, that was a poor Shepherd earlier by Gallagher. He gave the ball away. It was a fairly insipid Shepherd because it allowed Madden to get around and put real pressure on Chandler, who'd received the handball from Gallagher. Now, had he done a better Shepherd, I think they could have reaped the reward because Chandler would have settled down and kicked it longer into the forward line.
The big left footer. He's shown good skills with his right side today as well. Goes Goldwood. Starts left, stays left. Off the hands of Carey. It's no score. We'll have a bounce. About a metre inside the field of play. So dangerous close to goal, Carey. In fact, in any aerial situation, almost raked in the mark right there. They've got to punch it away on every occasion. Madden concedes a behind. Well, Michael Martin didn't. Simon Madden did. Wayne Schimmelbusch.
That's broken the deadlock. You wouldn't do that at the 30-minute mark of the last quarter. Anthony Danaher, who can kick it in a long, long way. But he's not sure who to give it to. Anderson gives him the lead from centre wing. That's the direction of the kick. And Anderson Leaves Roberts behind. Back to O'Donnell. O'Donnell's kicked the full forward. Salmon with Martin. Comes to the front. And North out of trouble. Anderson was one of the stars of the season last year. Just about favourite on Brownlow medal night. The kick by Anderson. Big pack at centre half forward. Salmon. Beautiful to watch.
Yes, a great mark by the big fellow. He actually did get off the ground on that occasion. Watch him here. Good mark. He had the sit.
Well, that's his first mark. It's taken him until the 13-minute mark of the second quarter. Remember his contribution early in the grand final last year, where he was their only forward, Essendon, early in the game. Salmon from right in front and 52 metres out. It's close, and it's home for a goal. The Bombers have hit the front.
Well, the beauty of Salmon is the fact that he is a very, very mobile, big man. Usually when you're that tall, you're having the mobility. And there he is calling for the ball. It sits up. And he is just too big on that occasion. There's some big timber, tall timber in there. It's a good kick from Salmon. And now he's gone back into the ruck.
It's a strong second term from Essendon. They lead now by 5 points. And they win it out of the centre again. Salmon was the man who got the knockdown. Well, they haven't quite cleared the centre as yet, but they're controlling the play. Eventually, Anderson pumps them forward once more. Madden the target. Roberts reaching over the top. Chandler did well. Now he's in trouble. Slaps it out. Steele couldn't pick it up. Hurd going in the other direction. Keeps it alive. Knocks it across to Wizard. How will it bounce? It crushed the post. North taking a long time that time to clear the zone.
Well, they did well initially, North, because they were outnumbered, the defenders, but they finally got it. But it was good play then by Essendon to capitalise. This is a really good game. You can't afford to make a mistake because the opposition seem to capitalise.
Bombers by 6 points. Scholl, good mark on the run. Good kick too, coming in from Roberts. Scholl at right half back. Kicks towards centre wing. Carey goes up. Fisted away by Flood. Taken by Hurd. He's on centre wing. He centres. Kick it. Drifting into open space. Too much carry on the kick. Kick it comes again. Keeps it in front. Stevens dives on top of it for North. Shovels a hand pass away. Martin's kick ricochets back towards Wanganeen. The 2 number 4s track it down. Mann's got it now. Across towards Roberts.
Roberts nearly ran out of room. Finds Steele. Round the boundary line he goes. Gallagher comes from behind Salmon to spoil. Hurd playing well. Gee, the veteran has been in league footy since 1977 with a 3-year break in the middle. Gallagher. Stevens. And the hand pass too strong and out of play.
And Salmon a little bit groggy behind play after that clash when the ball came down between he and Gallagher. He'd go very slowly to get to his feet, a little gingerly, shook his head. He seems to be all right now.
Gallagher down to Schwass. Straight out of bounds. And North Melbourne about to make a change, and we see Damien Murray, number 2 ruckman, coming on to replace Gallagher, who's rucked tirelessly against Salmon and Madden for a quarter and a half. Free kick to be taken by Hurd. Well, the man on the mark, Ramiro, came straight forward over the mark. Umpire must have said play on. Now with Bailey. Oh, good ball. Bailey weaved through a couple of them, pumps it high. Oh, good mark! Madden.
Again, that ball holding up in flight. Madden in front, had the sit.
Simon Madden in his 351st game of football. 1974, he started his career. Man on the mark about 35 metres out from goal. Bombers lead by a goal. Awkward looking attempt to hold that one. He's allowed for a hurricane.
There's the time remaining. And the margin is 7 points. Essendon's way now. So the pressure back on North. Roberts goes in short. Chandler
Oh,
thought about playing on. In fact, he's told he did. Kicks it back towards half-back then. This is Harvey with some time. Centering kick. Pulls it back to Salmon. They conceded some ground there, but they've still got the ball. Salmon's kick's a shocker. Wide of Wanganeen. Taken by Buick. Kicking at his 4th. It floats down towards the kickoff line. How does it bounce? Oh, just wide. It was trying to come back. 8-8 to 7-6. Essendon dominating the play. North had the best of it in the first turn. Roberts kicks in.
Unfortunate because
he's bowled a no ball.
Yes, and he had a man all by himself. As we see there, Scholl could have gone in and marked that, but he's gone over the line, Mark Roberts.
When they go to the sideline, the umpire gets a very good sight. If the whole ball is across the line, umpires will bounce it. They'll call it. If you come out to the end line, there's no problem because they can't tell.
8 points the margin. That could be expensive. Rush through 4 behind. Make the margin 9 points. Simon Madden directing traffic.
Essendon ringing the North Melbourne fellows who are gathering at the centre half back position.
Schwass the leader there, but Roberts comes in short. Stevens drops it. He's only 20 metres out from goal. Not a great hand pass to Smith. And a soccer forward was wide of the mark, either Long or Wanganeen.
They really do take a chance, don't they, the full-backs, when kicking out like that. And a lot of we've seen it on a couple of occasions today. They've hit a man, but on that occasion it came undone, and you really do pay the penalty.
Obviously by design. Ball comes off hands. Chandler across the goal face. Martin kept his head back towards half-back, but Hurd's in the road. Some of those short passes coming unstuck after the behind, after some uncertainty from the full-back. I would have thought the best thing to do is plant it long.
This is his first kick, Shane Hurd.
First, you're joking. He's had 10 possessions. 10. He's nearly best on ground. He's amazing me.
Computer malfunction. Here's Hurd. He kicks from just inside the 50. It's floating. It's a goal. He's got it.
Well, I was one of those people who scoffed when Hurd was drafted because I didn't think he could make a comeback like this, but he's playing a top game.
He's picking up Ramiro. Last week he didn't get a kick, but either did his opponent. But he's done a lot of hard work around the ground, Hurd, putting his body in or shepherding his man off or allowing for a teammate to come through.
Salmon wins in the middle, and Essendon starting to get on top in this quarter. Stevens. High kick to half forward. Hurd's back there with Ramiro. He kicked the last goal, and he beats his man again this time to Izzard. Lucky kick onto the chest of Bailey. Short pass. Harvey runs onto it, delivers the hand pass to Long, back to Harvey. They've lost it. Picked up by Rock. Carey again, a danger man at half forward. Takes the mark, plays on, he shouldn't have. Buick gets him. Izzard back there for the Bombers. Salmon has to wait. Murray came to spoil him. Murray at ground level. Gee, Buick's having a top day too. 12 possessions and 3 goals. Kransberg out into open spaces. Kick it to Smith. Kick it, losing ground. Goes back with a hand pass. It's good play to O'Donnell. O'Donnell's kick inside 50. Somerville got underneath it. Madden there to use the body, but didn't come out with the ball. Mann.
Kicks it through centre, but only as far as Salmon. Essendon really putting their stamp on this game. Flood gets it away to McMillan. He runs through the middle. Goes long down towards full forward. Going back is Roberts. Got a hand on it, but knocked it down to the advantage of Madden. Madden, a centering hand pass. Long. Does well Long from 15 metres out. It's a goal. Essendon 10-9, North Melbourne 7-6.
Well, he's certainly going to kick someone on that occasion. He put the leg out, Michael Long, to protect himself. Watch this. You can't blame him for what he was doing. It was a case of self-preservation. There's Madden. Watch Long. I would have done exactly the same. And anyone in his position Would have, with Rock coming steaming in like that.
You wouldn't have been that high.
In this quarter, Essendon had kicked 5-5 to 1-1 to take a bit of a grip on the game. Somerville was too slow. Caught from behind, and the tackler Murray will take the free kick. Unstuck though. Chandler. Fairly. Back he goes to Romero. Short pass is good to Swass, but a difficult pocket.
It's better play by Fairley on that occasion. He's been caught behind a couple of times, not attacking the ball. He did on that occasion.
The German spoiled easily, and the ball out of play. He was really in trouble there, Swass, in the pocket. He knew he couldn't make the distance to the goal line, so he had to go in short.
Barely a 10-metre kick, though. Throw in. Salmon gets it behind the pack. Romero left it behind. Still he goes. Romero eventually. Swass down towards the kickoff line. McCarthy almost. O'Donnell gets back, though, and tidies up. This is Izzard to centre-half back and Harvey. Now Essendon can bring it out with some system. Harvey kicks through centre towards Kickett. Off hands it, falls forward to the pack. Storming out of defence is Smith. He was held without it, went off the ground, and the ball will come back. It'll be a North free, despite the efforts of German.
Long, a little slow on that occasion. Could have gone in and met the ball, but decided to stand, and then when Smith broke through, he infringed. Ross Smith has hurt himself too.
Ross Smith towards half forward. McCarthy on the lead. Danaher up in front. McCarthy goes again. Tries to punch it his way. Anderson picks it up in the congestion. Back towards the outer side half forward flank for Essendon. Smith in front of Kickett. Held without it surely and must take the free kick.
Positioned his body well then, Smith.
Ross Smith, a pretty regular state player in recent seasons. And great value on a half-back flank. Comes down to Danaher. There's Hurd sliding it across to Anderson. Tries to charge through the pack. Somehow gets the hand pass away to Wanganeen. Long kick. Madden down there at full forward. Roberts a fist to it. 2 against 2 here. A chance for the Bombers. Ridley. And Vanderhaar's old number. It comes to Madden. Hasn't got the distance. Fairley will be happy to see that out. And we'll have a throw in the forward pocket.
Fairley now at centre-half back, so we saw he's on Somerville, and the change is that Mann has gone to full forward for North Melbourne.
Most impressive quarter this one by the Bombers. They've kicked 5 goals to 1. Somerville gets it down, but to no real effect. Roberts in desperate trouble. Wanganeen now from about 20 metres out. Tries to pull it back. It floats out of bounds on the full.
It's the second time Roberts has done that when he's got the handball. Very slow. He got away with it earlier, but got caught on that occasion.
Steele goes short to German. Still in the back pocket, Peter German. And suddenly the options closing down for North. On the outer side, strong Mark O'Donnell. Plays on immediately. Smothered off the boot. He gets his second chance, though, inside the 50. O'Donnell just misses. Thompson target practice at the present time.
Thompson coming on for Essendon. Ridley off.
Bomber Thompson acting skipper today in the absence of Tim Watson, injured last week. He'll miss a month. Short pass into Smith. Over half back to Martin.
Strong mark. Good mark.
Michael Martin might have attracted Brownlow votes last week for his game on the Gold Coast on Saturday night. Up towards half forward. Well, Carey interfering this time. That's a free. The mark anyway. It's to be Salmon's free kick. Backwards to Izzard. Over the centre circle to half forward. Somerville. Somehow it comes out to Steele. McCarthy on his own. And Allison into Romero. Inside the 50 metres. Oh, top smother by Hurd. Great football. Off to Cransburg. And the Bombers take it round the attacking side. Instead of being a goal at one end, it might be a goal at the other. Cransburg to half forward. Madden off hands to Buick, who's been a great rover, capitalising on everything. Kickett's there, but it's offline the kick and through for a behind.
They're playing well. Just over 3 minutes remaining till half-time.
He's had 7 shots at goal, Buick.
Fairley's gone to centre-half back. Ross Smith to bring it in. And again, some indecision. And he goes for distance. Kicks it outside the 50. Bailey, was he held? Not according to the umpire. German on the burst. Gets it across towards Steele. Holland did well that time for Essendon. Won the ball despite being outnumbered. Bomber Thompson, hard against the boundary line. Confronted by Martin, but left him in his wake. Now a centering kick. Essendon in best position. Almost the mark to Madden. Well done by Kicker. Slapped out of there by Steele. Taken by Larkin. Good evasion. Kicks it wide. It bounces just inside the field of play and runs out in front of Rock. 10-11 Essendon. 7-6 North Melbourne. And the Kangaroos now need a spark. Murray and Somerville. Won by the latter. Taken by Stevens. Gains about 20 metres with a kick. It went very high. Schwass off the ground. Now North can make something here. They lead in all directions to the ball. This is Allison running away from his own goal. Runners breaking to the outside, but he goes between the two of them, and Hurd takes the mark. Schwass one side of him and Ramiro the other, but Hurd was able to take that mark. Lays it off to O'Donnell, who finds Madden. And that's the difference going in. Essendon far more polished.
Yes, well, North Melbourne really have one marking option up forward, and that's been Carey. And largely he's been kept a lot quieter this quarter than in the first term. But Essendon have, well, if it's not Salmon, it's Madden or Somerville.
But they're also doing so well across the centre of the ground, Essendon, and they're delivering the ball into space, which allows these bigger fellows to run, or the marking or the leading player to run into space confidently, knowing that the ball's going to be out in front. That's the way every forward would like it. So the problems are really up the ground for North Melbourne.
Simon Madden, Breeze at his back, a little bit right to left from there. 45 metres out. Poked at that. The Breeze might help it get there. They're right on the line. Did it make it? Goal umpire lost his hat. It signalled a goal.
First goal for the veteran. He only kicked 1 point last week. 77 playing 48. And Essendon really storming away now. And here it is. See the way that O'Donnell's able to run out of the centre there. There's really no pressure being applied. He can drop the ball wherever he likes.
Back in the middle, Essendon going forward again. Bailey to Wanganeen to Long. Long a left footer. Goal square job. Madden again.
Well, if there's any criticism of Martin, he might have been in front just that little bit too far. He should have been touching the body of Madden. See how far he's caught. He just doesn't know where Madden is. He hasn't got eyes in the back of his head. And Madden had him set up.
Madden's second goal in a minute. The Bombers racing away in this quarter. 7 goals to 1.
Yes, they can do no wrong. They've got the break out of the centre. Salmon got the hit down. Murray's got to put his body in. And there's Long running onto it. And the good thing about Essendon is going long into their forward line.
So the Bombers breaking this game wide open. 12-11 to 7-6. Dying moments of the first half. Murray dropped it. Hurd slaps it out. Izard missed it. Peter German ran into a dead end. Stevens, aided by a good shepherd from the big fellow. Murray hooked it across his body. Allison over his head. Carey. Can North get a late goal? Allison, 35 metres out and closing. He's got it. Oh, they needed that one. 8-6 to 12-11.
He's a player that has developed in the last couple of years, Allison. Third in the club's best and fairest last year. There it is, over the head, and then he runs onto it. It's good play by that young fellow. And a badly needed goal too. It's an understatement.
His first. 54 to 83. Siren time anytime. Salmon and Murray. Won by Salmon, taken by Harvey. There's the siren for half-time. The mercurial kicker finishes up with the ball, all to no avail. Essendon 83, North Melbourne 50. Started the third term at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. And North with the job in front of them. Gallagher and Madden, one down by the former, taken by Izzard, kicking towards half forward. Strong mark is taken by Wanganeen. He's got plenty of class, only 17 years of age.
Looks like a boy in an all-age comp, doesn't he?
12th man taken in the 89 draft. Kicks down towards full forward. Salmon simply too tall. Very hard to beat in that situation. He plants himself in front.
You really have to get a run at him. I realise that Martin just caught out of position. When it comes to man-on-man, body against body, Salmon usually does win out. The simple thing is he's taller than anyone else playing the game.
Kicking at his second. Should get this. He's only about 30 metres out, almost directly in front. He's kicked truly. Just the start North Melbourne didn't want.
And the start that Essendon did want, just to reinforce North Melbourne, they got a game in front of them. And the margin out now to 35 points. It's a good kick from Salmon. He's a very accurate kick when close to goal.
Well, they need more of his goal scoring. He's been their leading goal scorer for the last 4 years. But back in the middle, Madden wins. Can't get it clear though. Schwass for North Melbourne. High, wide and handsome out to half forward flank. Rock, can he keep it in? Not quite. McMullen ran him over the line.
It's interesting the way Madden's jumping that fraction earlier and upsetting Gallagher. Now, Gallagher can get up higher than Madden. Madden's not getting off the ground very high at all, but it's just the fact he jumps a little earlier into Gallagher is really upsetting him.
And it can hurt, can't it, Don? Holding the ball. Rock making no attempt to get rid of it, and McMullen will take the free kick. And McMullen, formerly of Collingwood. Somerville outnumbered. Steele read it well. Trouble for Chandler. Wanganeen, a beautiful little pass to Harvey. Courage by Harvey, and he's cleaned up by Martin.
Now that is a fellow keeping his eye on the ball. There are two fellows keeping their eyes on the ball. What an effort from Harvey. In a lot of cases, he brings injury onto himself because of his courage, I suppose. It gets him into predicaments, but the man who doesn't look too good is Martin, who obviously got a really heavy cork thigh. He's being helped by the trainers. But that's what you're expected to do, and Harvey did it on the forward line. Let's hope he's all right. Let's hope he's all right. He's taken the mark. Martin doesn't look too good.
Well, actually, at this stage, Martin looks the more likely to come off.
There he is again on replay. Look, eyes just for the ball, Harvey.
Well, that's great stuff. Well, both players have broken away from the trainers. Mark Harvey had played in a couple of premiership teams when he was still a teenager. Goes for goal from about 40 metres out. Oh, great stuff. Well done, Mark Harvey. The Bombers have added a couple in this quarter, 14-11 to 8-6.
Well, you've got to take your hat off to Harvey in situations like that. And then he finishes it off with a great goal. He's had a wretched run with injuries throughout his career, Harvey. It's good to see him back.
So it's Essendon now by 41 points. North Melbourne most disappointing. Both the ruckmen miss it. Hurd under a lot of pressure. Eventually North win it forward as the kick goes out towards right half forward from German. Storming up the ground, McCarthy lays it off to Roberts. Roberts inside the 50 goes goalward. Misses to the right hand side.
He's very, very quick in his reaction, McCarthy, because he was going right that time and then quickly shot the ball across to the left to Roberts. That was great play.
Danaher brings it in. Buick on the burst. Little chip pass out wide. Anderson didn't have to break stride. Good kick. He's on centre wing. Now he centres it. Somerville goes up, knocks it back into the face of Ridley. Hand pass comes across from Bailey to Anderson. Anderson inside the attacking 50. Salmon again. Well, he's keeping Martin anchored to the ground. They're using his body superbly. And again, Martin had no play on the ball.
Martin actually went behind. You see there, behind. He plays better, Martin, when he's out in front, attacking the ball as he did last week, and has done on occasions here today.
Salmon's kicked 2 goals. He'll take a good kick from here. He'll kick right on the 50. Good looking effort. It holds in the breeze, but it's still good enough.
You know, one of the reasons Essendon haven't won since 1985, won the premiership, they haven't had enough goal-scoring potential. Salmon's been their leading goal kicker for the last 4 years with 43, 37, 36 and 43. Now, if he can keep up an average of 3 or 4, Bombers might be a lot better off.
One thing about the Essendon forward line, when they do play well, they do share the goals around.
Bombers have brought up the century, 101 to 55.
Yes, that's good umpiring on that occasion. Simon Madden jumping that little earlier on that occasion.
Gallagher, who played in Carlton's premiership team in '87. And Madden, who played in Essendon's in '84 and '85. Kicked by Gallagher to the 50. Carey. Careful. That's 9 marks to Wayne Carey. In his 3rd season in the AFL, the South Australian to the goal square.
Oh, that's a free kick.
Cransberg gets back there to run that through for a behind.
Free kick should have been paid to McCarthy on that occasion, taken out by Cransberg away from the ball.
There's the time remaining. It's a big deficit as far as North are concerned. Danaher. Grandstand side, going for distance. They've dominated the air generally, and that's no exception. Somerville. He's at right half back. Towards centre wing. Harvey props in front. Knocked away by Smith, but he infringed. Harvey will get the free. He's been very busy so far in this term.
Oh, no.
50 metres.
I think Ross Smith, he didn't do that intentionally on that occasion. It was just a missed throw. And he's paid the penalty. Well, the umpire a little lenient because he really hasn't given him 50 metres. It's about 30. So I think the umpire appreciated what Ross Smith was trying to do.
And Ross pleading his case, saying he doesn't claim to be Joe Montana. There goes the kick down towards the pocket. Salmon again. This is getting very repetitive. Paul Salmon wasting no time. Vacant goal, misses to the near side. Essendon 15-12. North Melbourne 8-8. Fairly to bring it in.
Well, Paul Salmon now 26 years of age. Maybe we're going to get back to the mid-80s when he had 60-odd goals up in 13 rounds before injuring his knee and missing the rest of the season.
This is Thompson to Izard on the 50. Alan Izard is centering kick. Where's Salmon? Out he comes. 1 of 2. Harvey comes up with it. It's an Essendon ball. And one suspects another goal coming up from about 20 metres out directly in front. Maybe a little further out.
Well, actually, it was Salmon who had the hands in front, but it was Harvey's stronger grip that actually brought the ball down.
Harvey with 5 marks, matching Salmon and Madden in the air. From right in front, spears the kick way right and scores it behind. But Harvey and Salmon are doing all the scoring for the Bombers in this quarter. Salmon's kicked 2-1, Harvey 1-1.
Good to see Martin all right after that clash, actually still limping. Probably have a bad corky tomorrow.
Looking for the men to peel off at half back. Chandler is the one. He hasn't gained much ground. They have possession, that's about all. Now Chandler goes longer in the direction of Gallagher. Salmon from the back, almost dragged down a streamer. Ground level McMullen. Short pass, fingernail to it by German. Anderson up to the 50-metre line. Larkin goes backwards with the hand pass. North Melbourne out of trouble. High one by Rott. Out towards centre wing. That was a shock kick.
A pressure kick.
And we'll have a boundary throw-in. Well, Gallagher's had a big task against everything Essendon have thrown at him. Bailey to Izard to O'Donnell. Across the ground. Harvey again. Well, that knock doesn't seem to have taken anything out of him. The pass to Salmon drops short. Martin in front. Larkin. And the skipper rips it out of defence. Out to centre wing. Roberts did well. Mark Roberts. Inside half forward. Easy mark to Hurd.
The most impressive, the veteran. Squares it. Anthony Danaher has it now out towards right half back. 15-13 to 8-8. Danaher towards centre wing. Anderson on the lead, got a hand to it. Couldn't control it, it's out of bounds.
Interesting, Martin on that occasion was in front of Salmon. He's a better player when he's in front and attacks the ball.
A real contrast coming into this game. North Melbourne tipped as the big improvers this year as Gallagher gets it down. Schwass's high kick goes down towards left half forward. Off hands. Ramiro a half chance. Well played by Carey. Into the path of Ramiro. Run down by Hurd, who takes it personally. Across it comes to German. Superb smother there. A despairing smother by Bailey, or was it Flood? It was Flood. Ball spills back. Meantime towards midfield. Roberts has got the run of it. In trouble. On the ground. He gets it away to German. German on the 50. Long down towards full forward. McCarthy goes up. Got his hands to it. Goes back after it. Kransberg forces it behind. Well done. Just talking about the contrast between these two sides. I think a lot of people writing the epitaph of Essendon. But so far today, it's North who have failed the test.
Well, they really didn't have a game, Essendon, for 2 weeks prior to last week, and they really came in underdone against Richmond. Only a couple of good players, but this week they seem a lot better.
Last week, of course, they beat the Tigers with 6 seconds left on the last kick of the game. Larkin. Centering kick. McCarthy. Hits the ground at the front. Madden got the ball and his opponent. Eventually Kransberg, after a little deflection earlier on by Ridley. Wide open now for the Bombers. Wanganeen pops it high for Salmon or Harvey. Harvey onto it and runs in for the goal.
What a kick.
Brilliant play by Gavin Wanganeen. The Bombers running amok.
The wheels falling off for North Melbourne. They just cannot answer Essendon, and really, Essendon just doing everything right. It didn't look so good early in the first quarter when they were under pressure, but now all their players are lifting, and they've got players where the ball's dropping.
It's a rout at the MCG. Essendon doing as they like. 16-13 to 8-9. Gallagher knocks it North's way. Schwass goes off the ground. O'Donnell in the road, though. Out wide. McMullen's got the run of it. Still he goes, McMullen, towards the boundary line. Can't control it. Now Anderson helping out. He's tackled over the boundary line by Scholl. Holding the ball, says the umpire.
He was nearly in the crowd.
He was tackled about 2 metres over the boundary. Scholl plays on. Ridiculous decision. Scholl kicks it inside the attacking 50. Interference there to Kransberg.
Get in front, McCarthy.
Kransberg wants to play on. Confidence growing now in the Bombers. Kransberg across the ground. Danaher takes the mark up from full back. Madden runs for him. That's the direction the kick takes. Madden still has to go. Somerville comes across. The two big Bombers collide. Fairley did well in a tight situation. Comes away with it. Boots it down towards half forward. Poor kick, though. Man's in trouble. Got the hand pass away. German tackled when he didn't have it. Izard tries to crash his way through. Still it's Izard. Close to the boundary line. Despite a lack of numbers, they win the day. Hurd gets it across to Long. He's on centre wing. He finds Madden. So Essendon now with the advantage. Madden is second bounce, if you don't mind. He runs inside the 50. Vacant goal square. Getting back is Martin.
Well, that was a bad kick because he had Harvey going into the centre. He could have centred that, Simon Madden.
Kick by Martin. A wrestle between the wingmen. Anderson keeps his footing. Wins possession, then gives it away to Schwass. Backwards he goes to Chandler. Having a bit of trouble with Harvey. Scholl from centre wing. Carey. What a performance by Wayne Carey. 10 marks halfway through the third quarter. And the team being clearly beaten. Carey's kick is a beauty to full forward, and excellent punch by Anthony Danaher out of bounds.
North making a change. Clarkson coming on.
Allison going off. Throw in the forward pocket. Well, North need something here. They've kicked just 3 behinds this quarter, and 2 of those have been rushed. Here's Carey again. Caught in the tackle by Thompson. Ball out of play, a throw-in.
Chandler's now got the job on Mark Harvey. Ross Smith had the job earlier, but he's been moved on to Darren Buick.
Essendon by 52 points. Just over 13 minutes remaining till three-quarter time. Gallagher gets it behind the pack. Iza dragged off the kick. Ramiro goes down. Picked up by Stevens. German juggles it. Kicks from about 40 metres out. McCarthy's in front.
Yes, he's in front that time. When you're in front, you've got the advantage because the ball goes over your head. They're first to recover. If the ball drops in flight, you're in front again, and you always take the reward.
Kransberg looking to do the right thing there. Punch it away, but without success. So McCarthy kicking at his 4th goal. John McCarthy turns 24 later this month. A highly skilled player, and he's got the goal. North creep a little closer, 9-9 to 16-13.
4 goals, 1 McCarthy. He figured prominently early in the game. He's gone out of it a little bit, but he's not lonely in that aspect because North Melbourne just not firing at all.
Salmon into the middle. Schwass gets a boot to the ball. Salmon can't clear the area. Out of there by Larkin. Fumble by O'Donnell. Bit scrappy. Eventually Thompson with the first effective kick. It bounces through half forward. Harvey's got it again. A beautiful hand pass for Buick. On the right boot, Darren Buick steers it and hits the post. Well, he's had many, many chances and has now kicked 3 goals 5.
Yeah, such a gifted player. He should have done better there.
You can't blame Chandler. He came out to meet the ball. Just that unfortunate bounce over the top of his head to Harvey.
Martin made it awkward for Roberts. He had a capacity to do that today. He hooks it around the outer side. Thompson goes back, gathers the bouncing ball. Charged down by German. Good played by the North veteran. Hugs the boundary with a kick in the Carey direction. Flood keeps it towards the boundary line. Gets it out of bounds. Carey was the focal point in North's brilliant opening term. Since then has drifted out of the game, but North haven't done well in midfield. Gallagher and Salmon. Salmon wins it down. Schwass tackled by Bailey. Slung. Held to him, says the umpire.
Ridley off for Essendon and Kiki coming back onto the ground.
Essendon most impressive today on this ground last Monday. They had to struggle against the Tigers. Got up virtually with the last kick of the day. They started sluggishly today, but they really have done well since that opening term. This is Rock against the boundary line. Carries it across the boundary line. 110 to 63. Salmon and Gallagher. Salmon. Ramiro's got the run of it though. Across his body. Floats it inside the attacking 50. Flood got a fist on it. It falls to Stevens. Down towards full forward with a kick. Danaher goes back. with some time and space. Anthony Danaher. Member's side with a high kick. One out, Anderson and Scholl. Scholl did well. Got it down to the advantage of Larkin. Larkin inside the 50. Goes long. It's bending back on the breeze. That could be a goal. I think it is. Yes. (16-14 to 10-9).
I'll never be convinced that punching the ball like that is not attacking. A lot of players don't do it. They either push the ball just down at the feet. They never get a fist to it. It is an art to do what Scholl did on that occasion, and a good goal from Larkin.
Under 10 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Salmon wins. Off the ground fairly. Schwass. Bit of a bobble. He had plenty of time. Standing start kick up towards the 50. Rock the only chance. A bit of a leap for a little rover. Here's Mark Thompson. Missed with the attempted slap. Bailey for Essendon. A deflection, clever for Kransberg. Kick it just inside the boundary line at centre wing. Derek Kickett up towards Harvey at half forward. He didn't fly. Chandler, his man, with a two-fister, might have taken the mark. Romero with Hurd. Jose gets away. Not a great hand pass. A shocker. Buick. Back to Hurd. Back to Buick. Oh, Romero could have done better. Here's Darren Buick. He'll get this. That's number 4.
Well, Essendon 17-14, 116. North Melbourne 10-9, 69. And there it is, Buick, the 1-2. Hurd responding, and what a clean pair of heels he's showing Darren Steele, Darren Buick, as he kicks his fourth.
The margin is 47 points. Gallagher favoured by the bounce. Thumps at about 15 metres. Off the ground by Carey. O'Donnell goes back. Keeps it in front, O'Donnell. Slaps it out to the advantage of Izard. To Kransberg. They're playing well. Kransberg towards centre wing. Lunging mark taken by Derek Kickett. Kickett towards half forward. Still close to the boundary line. Somerville. Smith across to Roberts. Not a good kick. Half blanketed. Rock to Schwass. He's on centre wing. He kicks it very high inside the attacking 50. Flood almost one-handed. Kransberg comes away again. Looks downfield. In best position, German. Flattened. The hand pass comes across from Thompson. Knocked on by Long. Here's trouble for North. Kickett's got it. Running Goldwood inside the 50. Not a good kick. And Martin takes the mark. Madden admonishes Kickett.
Actually, Essendon have been superb in this quarter, but a couple of passes to the forward line have gone well astray. Could have been more of a hiding. Martin. Gallagher in front, outnumbered 2-1. The punch comes to the front. Rock. High kick over centre wing. O'Donnell getting back there for it. Stevens, good pace. Blazed away with the kick. He just kicked that anywhere. Anderson coming from behind Romero. His last hand pass set up a goal for Essendon. This kick might set up a goal. It's gone backwards. Izard made a contest of it. Hurd dishes off to O'Donnell. A clever quick kick to McMullen, and away he goes. Ian McMullen run down by Larkin. Had to put it to Wanganeen, who's under pressure. But he's thrived in some of these situations, Gavin Wanganeen. This time out of bounds, a throw in.
Well, Shane Hurd's gone through one opponent. There's Jose Romero being set on the bench, and Allison coming on, so Shane Hurd has done a good job.
Martin gets it down. McMullen close to the boundary line. Centres the ball. More trouble for North, one suspects. Valiant attempt to mark there by German. It spills down and the zone is cleared by Fairley. Got it towards the outer side. Long flicks it back. Everything falling into place. Harvey got it across to Kickett. From about 48 metres out, Derek Kickett. He's off target. They're making their own luck. Really playing with confidence. Wayne Schimmelbusch, his second season as coach. 306 games with North Melbourne. 29 finals appearances. Not enjoying this afternoon back at the MCG. Martin kicks in, Members side. Anderson almost the mark, off his fingertips. O'Donnell inside the attacking 50. Steele thumps it towards the boundary line. Anderson another chance. Chandler carries it across. Now if they're consistent, no, we'll have a throw in.
That would have been a little hard, Dennis.
Well, it's a judgment call every time, and it's very dangerous. Throw in.
On the 50. Bombers in attack again. Somerville to the back. Izzard went without it, but Wanganeen gets it to Izzard, and Izzard kicks another one.
Good game last week from Alan Izzard as a ruck rover. But a little quiet today. His first goal, he'd already kicked a point coming in the second quarter. There, a good hit out again by Somerville. The ball running on. Wanganeen quickly out in front. And Izzard in front of the pack.
Well, Gavin Wanganeen, the 17-year-old, just 10 possessions, but he, generally like the Bombers, don't always take possession. A tap on, a roll on to put the ball out in front of a teammate has been brilliantly used in this quarter, particularly by the Bombers. Wanganeen did it that time. Comes to Bailey. Standing start, he kicks 50 metres. Martin in front, drops the mark. Madden with him. Kick it at ground level. Back in for Madden. There's a tap. There's a hand pass back unselfishly. Long over the top to kick it. No mark. Might be a goal. He centres. Somerville there with all the height against Fairley, and the ball through for a behind.
Bad mistake by Martin. That was an easy chest mark. He was well in front of Madden and made a meal of it.
Ross Smith really kicked the distance this time. Generally, they've been inclined to short pass. Now he kicks for distance and gets plenty of it towards the outer side. Salmon got his fingertips to it, tries to soccer off the ground. Essendon have got the numbers out there again. Rock on his knees. And there's going to be a free kick to North. I don't know what for, but Rock's getting it. At right half back. And 50 metres. Gee.
Well, at least they're consistent, I suppose, the umpires, but a little hard.
There's a gentle lob back over his head. But Rock's got this one down towards half forward for North. There's Mann on a lead. Rock, half distance pass, good one too. Then McCarthy straight through his hands. He tries to go off the ground. Izzard eventually, some indecision between he and Thompson. This is Hurd, who hugs the boundary line, and it runs out of bounds. That was the wrong end to the right-hander. Very nicely done by the veteran. Throw in about 70 metres from North's attacking goal. They trail 69 to 124. Essendon have been quite superb today. Schwass and Anderson wrestle for it.
A lot of people were pretty quick to write off the Bombers, weren't they? I mean,
I was one of them.
Beaten grand finalists last year. Second in a 14-team competition then. That'll be give it to me, says the umpire.
Well, they did start rather slowly, didn't they, Essendon? I mean, they were beaten by the Crows convincingly in Adelaide. They weren't all that convincing in the night series and just scraped home last week.
Buick has been outstanding around the packs. Harvey has been outstanding in the air. Chandler this time gets it away from him, and we'll have a throw in at centre wing. Harvey 7 marks and 16 possessions. Fairley won that. Anderson. Schwass, a hurried kick. Gallagher has time for the fumble. Back to Schwass. He's left-footed to centre half forward. Thompson dishes off to Long. Support from Kransberg. Has had an excellent third term, Peter Kransberg. Straight to centre half forward, dropping short of Madden. He made a contest of it. Gave it to Harvey. Harvey from 40 metres. Bananas it round the corner. Off hands, Wanganeen. Couldn't quite keep it in. Through for a behind.
Really, I'm just thinking of moves that Wayne Schimmelbusch could do, but there really is nothing, because his players are being beaten in just about all positions.
Smith, the short one. Clarkson in the back pocket towards the outer side. Roberts, the better judgment out there opposed to Thompson. Mark Roberts, the defensive side of right centre wing. 18-17 to 10-9. He kicks down towards half forward. Carey, good mark. Worked his way in front. Carey, 12 kicks, 2 hand passes, has taken 11 marks. McMullen swings it out wide. Now it's a foot race. North well represented. This is Schwass. Gets it across to Steele. Steele, not a particularly good centering kick. Gallagher dropped an easy mark. Izard burrowing through, off the ground by Allison. Larkin showed strength across to Rock from 45 metres out. Rock just misses.
Yes, he did show a lot of strength on that occasion, Matthew Larkin, because he broke that tackle and got it across to Rock, and this unfortunate little fellow couldn't finish it off.
Margin 55 points. North had led by 7 at quarter time. Anthony Danaher kicks in. Anderson and Somerville both up. Here's Greg Anderson, the ex-Magarey medalist. Left-footed up to centre wing. Wanganeen beaten to it this time. Marked by Smith. Into Chandler. Across the ground, switching direction to the attacking side. Clarkson. A high, wide kick. Roberts. But as we saw earlier on, not impossible to score from there. He doesn't like his chances. Short passes to McCarthy, who marks in front of Kransberg. And John McCarthy will be kicking for goal number 5.
He kicked one from a similar distance in the first quarter, McCarthy. But the angle was far more acute. So this shouldn't be a problem. He's got the breeze coming over his back.
This one would make him the leading goal kicker for the match, ahead of Darren Buick. Won't score. Carey, ball taken out, and a throw-in. 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter here at the MCG, and it's been all the Bombers since quarter time. Chance for North, though, here from the throw-in. Big pack gathers, and there it is. At the last change, it's Essendon, 18-17, 125, leading North Melbourne 10-10-70.
Essendon with a huge lead going into the final term. They're out by 55 points. Salmon wins it down. Somerville didn't watch the ball. Salmon goes off the ground, got it to Long. Meantime,
fight on
there's
behind play.
A fight back near the centre circle.
Somerville involved. Is that Matthew Larkin getting up? Because Somerville went in there pretty hard.
Plenty being said, Somerville's been awarded a free kick.
It's just a break-up play, I should imagine.
Somerville down towards half forward. Off hands, it falls to kick it from 50 metres out. He misses to the left-hand side by quite a margin. And it bounces out of bounds.
This Sou'wester could also be favouring the end to which Essendon is kicking in this last quarter. They might really run away with this and get a percentage booster after they won by a kick last week. Chandler's kick out of defence, up high. Thompson pulled off. Roberts, down goes Larkin. And Larkin will get the free kick.
And it's on again behind play. Larkin involved with Long. Well, Matthew cops one this time. The recipient.
So we'll give him a free kick each. Larkin's kick to half forward. Once again, Carey. That is now 12 marks.
Is that Fox back on the ground? I think it is.
Hasn't had a stat yet, Brad Fox. Against, well, he's only been on Carey for about a quarter and a bit.
That's
Salmon.
a confidence mark by Salmon, backing into the pack as he did on that occasion. That's what you want all big fellows to do, go down, block up the holes, and when the ball's in flight, run back into the pack. And if you can do what Salmon did and take the mark, it is an excellent mark.
And plus his 50 metres, he kicks this to half forward. Somerville there, fighting hard for it, off the ground by Fairley. North hurry it forward. Salmon from behind. So interchangeable. Salmon, Madden, Somerville. North went in with Gallagher, a premiership player, but not all that many games. And Murray, just one game. He played his first game last week. So they've been thrashed in the ruck as a result. Here's Murray, dishes off the hand pass. And the kick up to Carey at the 50. He's taken, no, not this time. North crowd wanted it. They get a free kick to Anthony Rock.
Held without it. 18-17 to 10-10. Rock just outside the 50.
We've got Gallagher in the forward pocket now. They did this last week up in Brisbane, North Melbourne. Gallagher kicked 2 goals. In fact, I think he got goal of the week last week for that effort.
13 possessions so far for Rock. Not enough for a rover. Good looking kick. Sliding it across the face, off hands and through for a behind. John Longmire in the foreground.
Donald McDonald beside him.
There's back-related hamstring for Longmire. Let's hope it's not serious. Could be.
Kransberg goes over the top. Trouble for O'Donnell. Pushed off it by Clarkson. He kept it alive. Roberts, untidy hand pass. Carey, within scoring range, pulls it back, but not enough. In fact, he snuck it through for only a behind. 10-12, 18-17. Simon Madden sitting it out at the present time. Why knock him around? Danaher to kick it in.
He's earned a rest, I'd suggest. And especially looking at the scoreboard with a 53-point margin. Salmon. Scholl, number 24. Just walks the ball over the boundary line. And usually you'd have fans in the front row waving to get on television, but we won't see them back on that side of the ground till next season.
Craning to get on television.
Salmon, a beautiful palm down to Izard. No distance with the kick. Play on. He's coming to Michael Long here. He's trying to flip the ball up for himself. Does it well. Wanganeen, all class this youngster. Puts it out in front of Anderson. Well, he's got good recovery on Martin. Like to back Anderson, but his kick was under pressure and offline out of bounds.
Greg Anderson, 13 votes in the Brownlow last season, like Darren Buick. And 2 players who have performed well again today. Somerville with the set. Tailor-made for him. He centers it. Buick. Oh, good mark steal. Great judgment and courage. Away to Chandler. Runs it up towards half-back. Kicks towards centre wing. Scholl, favoured by the kick, is marked right on the wing. Scholl down towards half-forward. Carey and Fox. Oh, too easy. Well, I would have paid the mark. Wasn't paid. Fox from half-back. His first kick. Had all sorts of problems with Carey in the first quarter. Schwass takes the mark in the centre circle. Wayne Schwass kicks inside the attacking 50. McCarthy launches himself, goes back after it. McMullen away to Hurd, out of the back pocket. Not a particularly good clearing kick. Scholl to Schwass. He should get this from 40 metres out. Good defence there by Fox. Got across, blanketed the kick.
Now, it's a free kick. Now, it has got to be a free kick. That was a stupid shepherd by Fox.
He was inspired, I think, by the smother and went on and collected a North Melbourne player off the ball.
That was ridiculous.
Will he get a game next week?
Really, he could give away a goal here.
Jose Romero. Man on the mark, just 25 metres from goal. Romero from Chile misses.
Well, he's had a dirty day. He's been on the bench today, Jose. That's his second point. Shane Hurd's taken him right out of this game.
Every year we hear the same story.
Danaher kicks short. Thompson might have been injured early in the game. Bomber Thompson. Kransberg bouncing out through centre wing it goes. Larkin wide to Fairley. The replacement for Longmire today. Now to Chandler. Kick and hope up towards half forward. Oh, Fox doing a bit of heavy work there on Carey, who didn't like it. Wanganeen takes the mark. The Bombers are playing the football. Bailey to full forward. Anderson's there now. Steele sweeps up and then kicks out of bounds on the full.
The emergency umpire is running out to both Carey and Fox. Now the North Melbourne runner out, Frank Gumbleton, out to Carey. They've taken Fox from the ground and Flood's going on to centre half back.
Meantime, Long kicks it into the forward line and it's going to be an Essendon free kick. Somerville will get it. Somerville only about 35 metres out, but it's a sharp angle. Schwass has been reported. Had something to say. Well, that is silly. The side is trailing by over 8 goals. Why bother?
Well, I suppose frustration, Dennis. These guys very intense about their football.
Somerville waiting patiently. What happens in that situation? Does the umpire write down exactly what was said, Don? Or does he commit it to memory?
They just don't seem to get it right in the tribunal, Dennis, having been in that situation a couple of times.
He's got it in quotations. And then he said, there's Somerville. It's bending back on the breeze. It's good. 19-17 to 10-13. The Bombers. How far?
Yes, and they're making a change. It looked like Bailey going off for Essendon, and Fox, or is it her?
Bailey.
Bailey it is going off. They look alike, and Fox coming back on. So that was a short sit on the boundary line. And Somerville kicks his second.
Fox was on the phone to the coach while he was off the ground. Salmon won in the middle, but Rock whipped it away for North to Scholl. Half forward, Carey, through went Fox. I think he might nearly go in the book here too. He's just come back on the ground after a chat on the phone with Kevin Sheedy. Brad Fox straight into the book.
You could have bet that Kevin Sheedy would have been saying something about his undisciplined play on the bench, and immediately comes on. Unbelievable.
You're only speculating, of course.
So Wayne Carey shakes his head and goes back to take the free kick. Strange that will earn him an appointment at AFL House on Monday night. And all he's done is chase the football today with 12 marks, 14 kicks and 2 handballs. I'm sure he's got better things to do on Monday. Kicking for goal from just outside 50 metres. A raking kick. Won't quite make it. Rushed through by Salmon for a behind.
19-17 to 10-14, just over 17 minutes remaining in the game. So a fizzer. It looked a real good game coming in, one that was going to be tight. Rock, strong mark in front of Buick.
Short elbow to the chest of Buick by Rock. Well disguised.
It's about 60 metres out from goal. Looking into the sun.
There's just no movement at all by a North Melbourne teammate further down the ground.
So he goes for distance. Salmon comes out, fists away. Snap comes from Roberts, and it misses. So since quarter time, North Melbourne have added 4 goals, and their opponents have kicked 14. Danaher gets the message. Short passes. Buick in the back pocket still. Play on is the call. He goes very wide. On tiptoes, O'Donnell marks it right on the boundary line. Kicks towards centre wing. Izard. They've worked it out very nicely. Izard goes looking for Kickett. He takes the mark. Smith was bearing down to Kransberg. They've gone the length of the ground without North touching it. Kransberg kicks a goal. You don't often see that. 20-17 to 10-15.
Well, that's really rubbing salt into the wound. Kransberger started off in the back pocket. Good mark by Kickett, and Kransberg running down the ground from that back position. And it's good to see backmen kicking goals. Oh, now he's been decked. Carey has decked Fox. And it'd be interesting to see if anybody sees that.
Happening behind the play just as the umpire was about to bounce.
Emergency umpire's going out, so I think he did.
Well, we'll wait and see.
Here's Buick. Chips over the top for Kickett. On his own is Anderson in the goal square. Oh, it wasn't the best option by Kickett to Harvey. Chandler. And he had to kick for the boundary line. Not a sausage there for North. I don't know that there was...
I don't think there was a report coming out of that. The emergency umpire went and spoke to Carey.
I think he might have reacted to the crowd noise like the rest of us. Couldn't really report on that. Here's Larkin. Up to half forward, Rock in front. So the Tribunal will be busy on Monday night as a result of this game. That's now 3 in the book. Bailey went in the first quarter. And we've had a couple in this quarter. Schwass and Fox. Rock's kick. Easy mark taken in defence by Flood.
Gives it across to Thompson. Thompson, members side. North Melbourne have got the numbers. O'Donnell intelligently goes off the ground down towards left half forward. Fairley with support. Clarkson confronted by Kickett. Untidy hand pass, and Roberts didn't look at the ball. It just trickled across the boundary line. Well, Roberts, I thought, was a bit closer to the ball than Long. Still, not a lot to play for now. The points are decided. This is Roberts. Not a good kick. It's out of bounds from McMullen. He's fisting away. Former Collingwood player. Given a second chance at Essendon. 2017 to 10-15. Salmon brilliantly down to Buick, who's been a fine player. Kicking towards half forward. Chandler. Well, he's programmed to be defensive. You've got to give him that. He punches it out of bounds again. Just over 13.5 minutes remaining. Wide of the pack, an opportunity for Roberts. Just pushes it into the path of Larkin. He goes down towards the attacking 50. Carey, that's a gutsy, strong mark. He knew what was coming. Fox was going to certainly commit to that contest, but Carey was simply too good.
Kick by Carey to the goal square. Rock overruns and pushed through by Danaher for a behind.
And Madden's going to the full forward position for Essendon and coming off Michael Long.
Well, Sheedy's always advocated 4 interchange players, and he does ring the changes. Here's Salmon, centre wing. In with the hand pass to O'Donnell, had to get rid of it quickly. Kick it, an awkward half volley. Oh, they disputed it, the two Essendon players. It's taken away by Roberts. Roberts goes very, very wide for McCarthy. Taking it back towards centre wing. Knocks it in, but only as far as Essendon, and is taken away by Flood. Gallagher taps back for Fairley. Kick smothered. Chandler out of the air. A high kick, almost as high as the light towers. And so is Salmon, but can't take the mark. Over the top, Flood. Now the running game going from Essendon.
Great handball.
Ridley. And here they go. Izard. Madden. Oh, Harvey. Whew. That was a beauty.
Going to be the only one going for the ball. Didn't get off the ground very high. There's Harvey in front. Players coming from everywhere.
Mark Harvey, 8 marks, and coming up for kick number 16. And he had a head-on collision with Martin. He was lucky to survive it. Kick for goal from 40 metres, splits the middle. 3 goals to Mark Harvey. Bombers 21-17 to 10-16.
And as Harvey was lining up and kicking his third. Thompson. Now look at that handball. Thompson's come on for, gone off the ground, and Michael Long has come on onto the back or half back line. And there's Mark Harvey taking a mark.
76 plays 143. Here's Buick breaking away from the middle. They've dominated the centre square, and what great finish. As easy as you like. Harvey again gets the ball this time from Buick.
So easy, so easy. Salmon to Buick to Harvey.
Buick was as sleek as the car that bears his name that time.
Here's Harvey. From about 40 metres. Judged it pretty well. It's bending back. It's another one.
Well, Essendon go further ahead. 22-17, 149. North Melbourne 10-16, 76. And all Harvey's goals have come in the second half. You really can't do much. Chandler was just in a no-win situation. Just no pressure at all on Buick. He could spot anyone he liked and went across his body, across the ground, and found Harvey.
Well, it's a real hiding this, but not as bad as in 1985 when Essendon got their highest score ever against North, and they led by 100 before half-time. Steele up to Rock. Now Larkin. Larkin's left-footed, a full forward. Oh, good mark, McCarthy.
And Salmon down. He's just got up to his feet, hands on knees. After that clash.
That centre square's very hard. I think he came down on his back.
Actually, Dennis, that is a good point, because that, that's cricket pitch in the centre there. It has been rolled. They should water these pitches because there is a degree of inconsistency in regard to the ground. Soft on the outside, but very hard, concrete-like in the centre.
McCarthy for goal number 5 and gets it. So actually, he's kicked 5, and Carey has had 18 possessions at centre half forward, and yet they're taking an absolute father of a hiding.
Well, they were doing well earlier, those two, especially in the first quarter. A certain amount of sting has gone out of the game for North Melbourne. And there's McCarthy coming over the back. He's got a big leap. McCarthy can take some screamers.
John McCarthy has tried hard on the forward line, all to no avail. 10 minutes remaining in the game. Madden knocks it about 20 metres. Strong tackle by Kickett on Fairley. German to Schwass. He kicks towards centre half forward. This will be interesting. Carey going back on Fox. It fell wide of the pair of them. Fox keeps it in front. McCarthy couldn't control it. Now Flood. Good hand pass away to Kransberg. Swings it wide. Awkward bounce for Gallagher. Trying to knock it across Somerville. I doubt he touched that. Rock with desperation despite the scoreboard. Got it to Steele. Well played, North. Steele comes away and gives it away. Terrible kick. Kransberg takes the mark.
Wasn't helped by Schwass's effort.
Schwass didn't know what it. Maybe he wasn't expecting it.
Kransberg from half back towards the middle. Kickett storming up the ground. Man was favoured by the bounce, but Kickett emerges with the ball to Long. This is Harvey. Had a fine second half. Ridley bounces in front of he and Scholl, and Scholl gets it across the boundary line. Throw in, right half forward for Essendon, who lead by 67 points. Somerville only as far as Rock. Towards the outer side wing. Clarkson used his body well at close quarters to Roberts. Chandler left it behind. Madden wins it in a tight situation.
Harvey again. Salmon. Martin punches away, comes to Izard. Inside the 50, he centres this one. Buick, but Martin's there again. And takes the mark for North Melbourne. 5 marks and 12 possessions to Michael Martin. Off to Allison. Madden, good mark. Game 351 and still going strong. Been the best ruckman in the competition for about the last 8 years. Here's McMullen. Long kick to the goal square. Salmon's a big hope. And Somerville took the mark.
I hope this fella gets an opportunity to play in the ruck. I think he's got a bit of a future as a ruckman. Then making him into a centre-half forward at Essendon at the moment. He is capable of taking those big marks as he just did then. And I've seen him in a number of games pull them down in the forward pocket, just like that.
Peter Somerville has kicked 2 goals straight. Make that 3. And the Bombers have kicked 5 more goals in this last quarter. It's been a consistent 4-quarter performance.
When Essendon do play well, they have multiple goal kickers. They've had Mark Harvey, who's kicked 4, also Buick 4, and 3 to Somerville, but they've had 11 fellows in all who have contributed goals on the scoreboard.
Just over 7 minutes remaining in the game. 23-17 to 11-16. High-scoring affair. Madden out of the middle, fisted away by Mann. Taken by Scholl, who kicks it out wide towards left half forward. Rock tries to knock it on. This is Fox. Transberg. The free kick was paid to Essendon off the ball, and the advantage in turn was paid. Transberg was a little confused and proceeded to kick it to Steele. Interesting, you look at the scorecards of the games played so far as a long kick comes in from Scholl towards full forward. The leaper from behind was Carey. Or was it McCarthy? McCarthy, who climbed over Flood. And the ball's gone out of bounds. It will be thrown in. A lot of one-sided games so far this season. And I'm sure these new interpretations on out of bounds deliberately and holding the ball make for higher scores. One wonders if that's necessarily a good thing. Throw in the pocket. Gallagher got it down to Roberts. Ramiro in trouble. Steele, hurried kick. Izard goes back. Clever mark.
And down behind play doesn't look too good, Darren Steele.
Maybe football teams should be able to declare. Buick up towards the centre.
North would be following on.
Well done by Clarkson, but only for Long. Delivers a good hand pass away. That was a bit too quick for Wanganeen. That coming from Ridley. Now here's O'Donnell. Salmon.
Well, that's the advantage of playing. Getting the ball quickly from the edge of the centre square over the 50-metre line. Kick it long. And if you're tall, you take the advantage, because in the last quarter, if you're tall, the opposition just cannot get up there. The legs are not what they were earlier on, and so you do have an advantage. And Salmon was on that occasion, just happened to be in the right spot. Martin, no chance at all.
Paul Salmon has kicked 3 goals, coming up for number 4. That is a big score by the Bombers. How does it go, Don? The fast men get tired and therefore slow, but the tall men are still tall.
Well, think about it, Drew, but there's something like that.
That's about it.
And here's O'Donnell. The long ball. It's a good setup. I've also seen it come undone in the past for Essendon with this big man setup, but it's certainly working today.
I think, unfortunately for Michael Martin, he's still working on the best way to play Paul Salmon. Maybe for next time. As Essendon come forward again, Harvey, almost a spectacular mark, picked up by Buick, and down he went, and he's going to get a free kick. Darren Buick won it out of the centre initially and then butted up again.
In all fairness to Martin, I think he needs the cooperation of his teammates further up the ground, and he just hasn't got it today.
But he's tried everything, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think
alongside him, from behind, from in front.
I think he's better when he gets in front. At least he's getting in front, but just being caught out of position.
No doubting that. Yeah, no doubting that free kick.
Chandler coming over the top.
So
He's done
Buick
well today, Buick. Best I've seen him play. 4 goals, 5 to date.
Normally a pretty reliable kick in a set shot. Kicks from 40 and puts it through. So Essendon career further in front, 25-17 to 11-16.
5 goals, 5 to the former Western Australian. He's had a bit of a bad run with injury, but he definitely is a class player. Done really well on the forward line today. That's a good kick.
Now Essendon more than double North's score. Lead of 85 points. Out of the centre they go again. The Bombers. Wanganeen wide to Anderson, who breaks away. His left footer partly smothered. Wanganeen taps. Oh, great stuff by the little youngster. Chandler.
He's tried hard today, Chandler. Jeff Chandler.
Larkin caught in Long's tackle. He's still got the ball, Matthew Larkin. Into Schwass. Carey drops back off Fox. Backs himself and he's ridden into the ground by Danaher. Nothing for that.
Murray should have laid the shepherd on Danaher to allow Carey past. That was an
Attendance today, 24,961. And considering crowds jammed into half the ground, I suppose not bad. There were more last Monday here when the Bombers played Richmond. Run over the boundary line deliberately by Danaher.
No, listen, I can't go along with that.
I've got to give this away. This is nonsense.
Really, some of the interpretations. Oh, what do you want him to do? That is unbelievable.
Well, we saw a goal from here earlier in the game.
Well, some of
difficult. Carey from just under 50, difficult angle, a brilliant kick, beautiful goal. Don't think Anthony Danaher loves it. And North have managed 2 goals in this last quarter.
Yes, well, this come from let's say an unfortunate interpretation by the umpire. Danaher picked the ball up very, very close to the boundary and really had no alternative but to go over the line.
88-167, just over 2 minutes remaining. Madden was taken high, gets the free kick. He's played a lot of football on this ground. As we said earlier, game number 351. He kicks it out wide. Salmon's the target. Couldn't hang on. Steele tidies up behind. Chandler runs it up towards half-back. Martin's got it. Needed a shepherd from Mann. Didn't get it. Good chase by Salmon. Working hard. Martin, as a result, doesn't get any depth in the kick. He was at full stretch. Now Madden. McMullen across his own half-back line. They've got an odd man out on the other side. This is Ridley, who can go to Harvey, and Harvey can run in. Well, he's fumbled initially, but Danaher's run down the ground. It's tipped over for Danaher. They've still got that odd number on the outside of the ground. Danaher, at the end, scrambles a kick, just threw it on his boot and put it out of bounds on the full. I think the run killed him.
Kick in by Allison. And Chandler is doing well. Playing it right out. Roberts to Fairley. Fairley from centre half-back. Fox and Carey. Over his head by Izard. Peter German lays one off, but Anderson comes in to take the ball away. Not clean possession, though. Here's German again. A minute remaining at the MCG. Too high for Schwass. Wayne Schwass after it again. Carey back to Romero. Jose breaks clear. Off to Carey. Beats Danaher. Carey's left footer is good. 2 goals in the last quarter, 3 for the game to Wayne Carey. And just 36 seconds remaining. 13 marks, 21 possessions, and 3 goals to Carey.
Well, he tried one of these earlier, Carey, but it was only a point. Exactly the same movement across the body. Well, that was a goal. He's tried hard. but just hasn't had the ball going his way, and you need it when you're a forward, especially playing in that difficult position of centre half forward.
So we're putting the finishing touches to this game. Madden got it down. Scholl gets the hand pass away though to Larkin. Larkin goes out wide. Mann leading Kransberg, and Kransberg unintentionally soccers it out of bounds. 25-17 to 13-16. So North need to go back and have another look at things. I'm sure came in today liking their chances, and they've simply been thrashed. Madden, as far as Scholl, against the boundary line, not a good kick. McMullen from right half back is looking for Buick on the siren. It's all over. 94 to 167. Essendon